Hello guys, I am Parinita Hajra and I welcome all of you to Online Study for You. As you all know, in our videos, we are always trying to come up with something that can help you with your interview preparation, right? So in today's video, again we are here with a very important topic that is really going to help you a lot in your interview preparation. Because whenever you are going for any interview, no doubt your knowledge is the most important thing, that what you know, how you are going to present yourself, what are the answers that you are going to give, those things are no doubt important. But apart from these things, one of the things that is most important or that plays a very important role in creating your impression, good impression, is your resume. Because your resume is the first thing that you will be handling to your interviewer. The very first thing that the interviewer will see about you is your resume. So what happens that if your resume is very good or very impressive, then with the help of your resume only half of your work is done there, right? So resume plays a very important role in creating a good impression in front of the interviewer. So today, and I have seen many students are technically good, they are almost good in their field, but they don't know how to create an impressive resume. And many people are asking questions like, what are the things that should be added in our resume, what are the things that should not be added, how we should present the things. So I have come up with many questions from the students. So this video is specifically for all of you who are preparing for the interviews, who are going to attend interview very soon. Either you are fresher or you are experienced one, but creating resume always plays a very important role. So in this video, what I am going to do is, as you can see in the screen, I am here with my own resume. I am not taking any dummy resume format from the internet and showing you, but I want to give you the real time scenario. So what I have done here is, I have come up with my own resume. I will be showing you each and every point that what should be taken care of when you are preparing for your resume, what are the sections that should be added, what are the points that you should highlight, what are the points that you should not add. I will be telling you all those things with the help of my own resume, and I will let you know that what are the things that actually helped me to get my job and what are the things that can help you also to get your job. Fine. So without wasting much time, let's see how I have created my resume and what are the points that you should keep in mind. So see, in the very first thing, the very first point that I would like to add here is that your resume should be as concise, precise and as short as possible. I have seen many people that they are making the resume of 4 pages, 5 pages, but don't do that. Because like previously people are doing that, but nowadays if I talk you about nowadays all the interviewers prefer that your resume should be as short as possible, because they don't want to know everything about your history, geography and everything, right? They just want to know the precise points about you that can give you an overview that what the candidate is all about and how the candidate is going to help me in my organization. So this is the only thing they are concerned about. So my first advice would be that your resume should be short, 1 page or keep it up to 2 pages, but keep in mind that please don't extend it more than 2 pages, because somehow the interviewer will not be interested at all to read such a big resume. So 1 page or maximum 2 page, and in such a way that though it is 1 or 2 pages, but it should include all the important points regarding you. See, if I show you my example, my resume here, it is just of 1 page. I have not extended it more than 1 page also. But at the same time, at the same place, I have tried my best to include all the important points in the 1 page itself. So let's see one by one that what are the important sections that you should add in your resume. Fine. So the very first thing that you can see here is, in the big fonts I have mentioned my name. Obviously your name, you can say that your name is your brand, your name is your first identity. So specify your name in a very well manner, in a very clear manner. So the very first thing that I have mentioned here with big font is my name. Now just after the name, you can see here that I have mentioned that 2 things, that I am a software engineer and I have mentioned that I am a passionate tutor. So after your name, below your name, in this place you should utilize this place to mention about yourself. So you can mention in very short way, like I have mentioned in just 4 words. I have mentioned myself, so that whenever anyone will read this, start reading my resume, what he will read, that okay, she is Parinita Hajra, she is a software engineer as well as she is a passionate tutor. So with the help of only this much information, he can get an overall idea about who I actually am. Right. So what I would suggest you is, after your name, use this space. After your name, use this much space. Here you can either write the words like me, or what you can do is you can write 2-3 sentences, not more, but 2-3 sentences, and with the help of write the words or the sentences in such a way that they should be able to describe you completely. That what are your goals, are you actually. Fine. So write your aim, write your in 1 or 2 sentences, that I am this and I want to be this, something like that. Fine. So this place you can, don't make it very very large, or don't write paragraph here. Just write 1 or 2 sentences or simple words, phrases like I have written, just to describe you or to give an overall idea about you. Fine. Okay, so this is the first thing. After that, here the next section that comes is personal profile. So what is this personal profile? This personal profile is like abstract. So in this portion, in the abstract portion, what you can do is you can write 3 to 4 lines that actually describe that what kind of work you can do, what kind of work you are looking for, and how you can actually add value to the organization that you are going. This is very important. So see, for example, how I have written my personal profile, that I am an enthusiast computer engineer. Okay, the very first line is who I am. So what I have written, I am an enthusiast computer engineer who believes that education and coding are capable of making this world a better place. See, this is actually justifying what I have written above. What I have written above, that I am a software engineer and as well as I am a passionate tutor. And here what I have written, that I am someone who believes that education and coding are capable of making this world a better place. So what I am showing is that I am interested in both. I am interested in coding, that means I can be a good programmer. At the same time, I am believing in sharing my knowledge also, so I can be a good tutor also. So in case you are going to give interview in some colleges for faculty position, or you are going to give interview in some corporate world, in some software company, so you can justify your task in both the ways. Fine. Also, while making your resume, always keep in mind that why you are making the resume, where you are going to apply. So there are many points actually in your resume that should be written, or the content in that portion should be written by keeping in mind that where you are going to apply for. For example, if I am going to apply for a tutor or a professor in any college, my resume content should be quite different than if I am going to interview in any big software company, then what my content should be. So little bit difference should be there, and you should keep that in mind. And also what I have told you, that whatever I have written inside besides my name, that is software engineer and passionate tutor, now whatever I am writing in my CV or resume in the detail, so they should correlate. Like, it should not happen that in one portion of your resume you are saying something else, in another portion of your resume you are saying something completely else, they are not relating. So in case something like that happens, the interviewer will get to know that actually you yourself are not clear what you want to do. The interviewer may guess that you have copied different portions from different places. So actually these are the things that can create a negative or a bad impact about you. Fine. So make sure that whatever you are mentioning in your resume, the whole thing or everything should be relatable to each other. Your aims, your goals, your areas of interest should be very clear. Fine. And okay, one more thing that is very common advice to everyone: please don't copy the content of your resume directly from internet or directly from somewhere else, because believe me, the interviewers are very intelligent. The interviewers are taking the interview of people like you since many years. So they, after seeing your resume, they can clearly say that okay, this is the resume that is built by the person itself, the candidate itself, or this is the resume that is directly downloaded or directly copied from somewhere else. So what will happen, that it will create a very bad impact about you. The interviewer will suddenly start thinking that the person who is not giving efforts to make resume also, how he or she can give efforts to my organization. So actually it can create a very bad impact. So what I will suggest is, download different templates from internet, or ask for your senior CV, your friend's CV, and then look at all of them. Take ideas from all of them, but at the end make your own resume by yourself. Fine. Okay, so in personal profile you can write the things like what you are, what are your area of interest, and how you can actually add value to the organization. Fine, that is all about personal profile. Then comes this side. In the right side you can say that career history. Now I have already worked for 2 years, so I have mentioned my career history. And in career history also, if for example you have already worked, you are already working for last 10 years or for last 15 years, and if you have worked for different fields. For example, let's see here, I have worked for 2 years only, but in 2 years also I am having like various experiences. So what I have written, I have categorized them into 2 portions, that is experience as software engineer, and then in the right side I have written teaching experience. So 2 altogether different kinds of experience I am having. So what I have done, I have differentiated them. I have made kind of 2 columns, and I have explained them, explained in the sense I have written my roles. So experience as a software developer, that is the heading, and then I have written that in which company I worked, what was the duration of my that work, and what are my actually roles and responsibilities in that company. Fine. And in the second section what I have mentioned, that teaching experience, and in the teaching experience what are the things that I have taught, what are the places where I have taught. So all the things I have mentioned there. Fine. So if you are already having some experience in any field, so you can mention it inside under your career history, and you can mention in bullets or in numbers, but better than numbers in CV or resume. Mostly we are preferring to add bullets. Fine. So instead of numbers 1 2 3, add bullets like this, like hyphen, dot, anything like that. Like I have used hyphen, you can use I have used dash, right? You can use dots, any kind of bullet you can use. Bullet looks better. Bullets look more of professional thing, right? So in the bullets you can list out all your experiences that you have experienced till now. Now for the students, see, I am an experienced person, so what I have done, I have mentioned my experience in a very structured manner, and after that in the next portion you can see I have written about my academic profile. So as I am already having experience, working experience somewhere, so I have mentioned my working experience in detail in 2 portions as I have shown, and then I have mentioned my academic profile in short. In my academic profile, see, in my academic profile I have just mentioned about my HSC, SSC, that is 10th and 12th marks, BTech overall CGPA, MTech overall CGPA, and then some of the dissertation and internship portions. But see, this is for the case of the people who already have some or the other working experience. But let me tell you, if you are the fresher, if you are just passed out, and if you want to apply for some company for the first time, so what difference you will be having in your resume is that you won't be having this career history in your resume, because you don't have any career history till now. You are applying for your first job. So career history portion will not be there, and instead of that, this academic profile will be there in a very detailed manner. Because understand, when you are applying for your first job, then the interviewer is not having anything else to look at. So the interviewer is going to look at your semester wise marks, that either your semester marks are gradually increasing or gradually decreasing. See, in case your semester marks are gradually increasing, that means if you don't have that much good marks in first, second, third semester, but gradually your grades are increasing, and in case in last semester or last second semester you have got very good grades, so what they will understand, they will take it like that initially your grades were not that high, but then you have worked hard, you have improved yourself, and you have improved your grades gradually. So in that case, your very good impact can be created in the interviewer's mind. Fine. So if you are fresher, if you are applying for your first job, this career history won't be there in your resume, but instead of that, this academic profile will be there in very detailed manner. Like your 10th marks will be there, your 12th marks will be there, and your semester wise BTech or BCom, whatever bachelor's degree you have done, for that degree your semester wise marks will be there along with the grade, with CGPA or whatever your college gives. Fine. So this will be the difference. So like as you can see here, for BTech I have just mentioned my CGPA, for MTech I have just mentioned my CGPA, but if you are fresher, you have to mention your BTech, MTech, every degrees marks in very detailed semester wise. Fine. So this is the thing you should keep in mind. And apart from that, like you can see in the last 2-3 points of my academic profile, I have mentioned about my dissertation work, that I have done my dissertation work in ISRO. I have mentioned the extra exams that I have cleared. Like if you have cleared any state level or national level exam, no doubt you can mention it there. So I have mentioned that I have qualified GATE twice, I have qualified UGC NET with percentage. Like if you got very good percentage or very good percentile in some exam, you can always mention that. Just keep in mind that you have to try to mention everything in your resume that can create a good impact. So in short, in your academic profile also you can specify about any extra exam that you have given, any very good percentile or very good grade, very good rank that you got in any big exam, you can mention that. So mention all the things that you have done in good way. That means mention all the things that can impress the interviewer. That should be your main goal, because this one sheet of paper can can make a great difference. Fine. So in the academic profile, again, if you are fresher, you can mention everything in detail semester wise. Apart from your semester or degree marks, you can specify the extra exams that you have given. You can mention about your internship, about your dissertation. If you have done your dissertation or internship work in some very good organization, it can also create a very positive impact. Fine. Then in the left side, you can see that I have mentioned strengths. So mention your strengths in short, but mention the strengths such that, first of all, be honest. I have seen many people that though their skills are not actually matching with the strengths, but they just mention the strengths, a lot of strengths, just to create a good impression. But like it is not a good idea. See, for example, you have written in the strengths, for example, you have written that you have very good communication skills, but when you are actually giving interview to the interviewer can actually see that whether your communication skills are good or not. For example, let's say it is completely okay. For example, you are fresher, you are just passed out from the college, and let's say you don't have that much good communication skills, but so when you are speaking your answers or you are communicating with the interviewer, obviously the interviewer will get that your communication skills are not that good. But here in the strengths you have mentioned that you are having very good communication skills. So what will happen? These two things will actually contradict. So what will happen, that in the interviewer's mind such kind of impact will generate that okay, this person has written completely lie here, so in the whole resume also he or she must have written many lies. Fine. So all these small thing matters. So what I would recommend is, don't write lies. Be honest to yourself, be honest to your resume, because your resume is actually representing overall that what you actually are. So try to be honest. So in the strengths, try to mention the strengths that you actually possess, and keep in mind that write such things that can actually make the interviewer think that okay, if the person is having these strengths, then obviously he or she will be a good fit for my company. For example, see what I have mentioned. good communication skills, community building skills, ambitious, I am punctual, I can do very good of teamwork, I am patient, I am confident. Fine. So these are actually some of the general strengths, or we can say that general characteristics that any company will want their interviewer to possess, right? So write some of such general strengths that can make the interviewer think that okay, this person is having the basic strengths that we want, and so we can hire him or her. Getting my point? So actually I am showing you my CV. The reason is that also, so that you can get some of the points here, you can get some ideas here, and if applicable you can add them in your own resume also. Then we are having get in touch. Get in touch portion is very important, because in get in touch we are mentioning our personal details like your address, your phone number, your email ID. Make sure that these details are very correct, are completely correct, because in case you are selected, or in case the company or the interviewer wants to give you any proper information, important information, they will give you with the help of these contact details only. So here, in case your phone number is incorrect, or if your email ID is incorrect, you can lose a very good opportunity also. So make sure everything that you mention in your resume is 100% correct. Fine. So after that, in the right portion you can see that my accomplishments points I have also mentioned. Now many students think that in accomplishment we should mention only the recent accomplishments, but no, it is not true. In accomplishments you can mention all your achievements, like your school, any big achievements that you have done or you have got in school level, in college level, or if you are an experienced person, if you have already worked in some company for 2, 5, 10 years, and if you have achieved some very good things in that company, you can mention that also. Like see, I have, in the very beginning points I have mentioned, won corporate award in TCS thrice, like whatever, I have won on the spot award, I have won best team award. So you can always mention those things. So you can mention your school level achievements, college level achievements, your any extracurricular achievements. Fine. Like you can see in the third point, I have mentioned that I have become district chess champion. So these things actually matter. So it is not like that. Many students are thinking like, I'm applying for any technical company, any technical job, then how these things are important. But believe me, all these things are important, because it will make the interviewer think that okay, this person is not only like a bookworm kind of person, but he or she is a all-rounder. Fine. So they actually create a very positive and very good impact. So I would suggest that write all of your big achievements or accomplishments here in short, like in half sentence or one sentence. Just write that what you won, what you achieved, and where. Fine. So in accomplishments you can mention all your such kinds of achievements, technical, non-technical, normal school, college level, district level, state level, anything, whatever you are having. Fine. Now these are the important points that your resume must have. Now apart from that, if you are an experienced person, you can, or if you are fresher also, and if you have worked on 2, 3 or couple of very good projects, very impressive projects, you can mention your projects also if you wish. You can mention your projects in very detail. You can mention the tools and technologies that you know. The tools and technologies, you can mention them inside strengths also, that in the strengths you can mention tools and technologies also, that I can work on this, I can work on that. Fine. So working on the technologies and tools can be your strengths also, or if you want you can make a separate section also, that what are the tools and technologies you know, what are the platforms on which you have worked, what are the different architectures that you know, and you can actually discuss about your projects also. But whatever you want to discuss, make sure they are impressive, make sure you are very clear about those things, and make sure that you are mentioning everything concisely. And your resume, again I am repeating, your resume or your CV must not exceed 2 pages. Try to make it complete in 1 or 2 pages only. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you have got the important points from this, that what kind of resume you should make. And see, if you see the layout of my resume, it is simple, nothing that extraordinary, but at the same place it is something that is quite eye-catchy. So whenever you will handle this kind of resume to some person, he or she can at the glance say that okay, there are efforts done on this resume. Fine. So nowadays many students are asking that also, that in which platform we can create resume. So nowadays there are many websites or many applications available like Canva. I mostly prefer Canva, so you can try that. Otherwise there are many such applications and or websites available that allows you to download the templates. There are very good templates available for resume or CV. You can directly download the templates and you can edit the things, you can add your things in that. Apart from that, you can directly make the resume in PowerPoint also, in Word file also. In Word file also, like various editing options are there. You can easily make in MS Word also. And in this way, like try to make it little attractive by adding 2 to 3 colors. Not very colorful, because obviously your resume should look professional. So add 2 to 3 colors in such a way that it should look good, and at the same time it should look very impressive and very professional, like you can see in this layout. Fine. So these are some things, some important things that I wanted to convey. I hope I have covered almost all the points, all the questions that you must be having in your mind. Apart from that, if you still have any question, you can always ask in the comment section. Feel free to ask, and I wish you all the best for making your own resume and grabbing any job. Thank you so much.